Kill a life, hit the lights, let it black out. Black out, hit the lights, let it black out. Black out.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back with another podcast, which is something that we're trying again, because it's about the new iPhones. If you may see, there was one previous podcast which was shut down by YouTube because of legal issues. Actually, because we used the trailer of the iPhones. And it's very weird because this is something new. We could do it before, but now it wasn't okay. Um, anyway, the fact is that we are here and we are gonna talk about what's new about the iPhones and mostly about what we think of the new iPhones. And as usual, Patrick is with me.
Yes, welcome back everyone. And as Roland said, in today's video, we will discussing phones. And I want to ask you one question. I
Excuse me?
believe there was something, yes?
No.
Can we move on? Can we move on?
Yeah,
Or just,
There was I just checked the stream and it had sound on it.
right.
So it was
So,
loud.
everything is right, everything's fine, we can move on, yes?
Yeah, of course.
Good. So my question is, as an opening one, what was your first impression about the iPhone 11? 12, sorry.
Yeah. Honestly, it may sound a little bit harsh, but I was disappointed. And it's not because I don't think that the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro and all the four phones won't be good phones. No, I was disappointed because this is the fourth year when we only got enchantments like smaller or bigger enchantments from Apple and nothing actually new. I mean, yeah,
So,
we can say that the design is a little bit newer.
same like innovational stuff.
Excuse me?
Similar like rare stuff that, for example, Samsung and other phone and technical companies don't have.
Yeah,
Like innovational.
yeah, like real innovations, because I'm not saying like there are no
They, for example, they own progress in phone history.
yeah, because if we think back in the days, with every new generations of iPhones, I think till the 10 came out, there were at least one new big thing, if not one more than, but at least one, and which is new with the iPhones, because okay, we can say in case of iPhones, 5G is new, yeah, but we've been saying 5G smartphones for 1.5 years, so it's just more like catching up. We've got a little bit better camera with only with the 12 Pro Max, which is actually a newer improvement. But again, nothing, an innovational, just catching up with having a bigger sensor. That's the only iPhone that has a bigger sensor. Maybe maybe we can say the processor is new. Like this is the first. That's the only thing that I think the iPhone got as a first. The 5 nanometer process. But honestly, it's just maybe me. But that's not a big deal. I think the powers that the phone has is not just it's not crucial because for example, if we're still talking about Apple, the Bionic A13 was amazing. It was a really good chipset. It could you could literally do anything with it, and it still had more power in it than what the power user did with it. So we've got a newer processor, which is again, I don't know, 20 or 30% better, something like that. But it's it's like it's like we couldn't use out the power of the A13. What the fuck I can do with the A14 if it's any better? Like you see what I mean? Like uh, we've got power last year, which hasn't been used out, and we've got more power, but we couldn't use out the previous power either. So why would I be happy with more power?
It's definitely true, and I believe Apple tries to actually sell their product as back in those days when Apple really did innovational things. For example, they had the very first smartphone ever, and yeah, this was a great idea. But right now, they are just catching up with others. They
Yeah,
actually don't provide new things for the users, and they still have prices on that kind of level as well.
yeah,
We have
yeah,
to mention prices and price
yeah.
because
But
yes,
yeah, I mean, there has been a little bit of change with this 12 and 12 money, which is we can say the cheap iPhones, uh, by the iPhone SE 2020.
yeah,
Uh,
comparing to previous ones,
yeah, yeah. But if again you compare it to the competition, they are not that big of a deal. The main
so
reason you would buy
so
those cheap iPhones is that you wanna use an iPhone, you wanna use iOS, and not because these iPhones are that good.
yes.
But
Um,
anyway, well, I was talking a lot, but we haven't heard your first impressions about the new iPhones and this new lineup.
I think the lineup is quite okay. I have one thing that actually triggers me. This is their environmental protection idea of packing things into kind of different like boxes. So they think that using actually that's what I heard, and that's my experiences, but I don't know whether it's true or not. I'm not that in deep in those kind of tech stuff as you. I believe everybody knows that. Um, but my experience was that they try to sell their attachments for the phone like individually in individual boxes. So I mean, for example, the charger and the headphones will actually arrive in different boxes.
But like, so this is true, but you actually have to buy the charger separately. Like you buy this smartphone for this price, and then you have to spend, I don't know, $30 to $40 to the new charger.
And I think it's a dumb shit.
Yeah, because the what was the marketing slogan is hey, we protect the environment because because you can reuse your old chargers, because we only got the cable provided, and we will create less amount of chargers actually, and that's in theory environmentally friendly. This was the marketing, and also that the box is smaller, so that's again in theory environmentally friendly. But the problem is with that. That's true that users have chargers at their home, older chargers, which they can use, and that's actually good to like use them. We don't provide a new one, use them. But the problem is that what Apple gives in the box is a Lightning to USB-C cable, and that's actually only good for the newest chargers, since
the fast charging stuff.
for the actual chargers that was the iPhone 11 shipped with.
So you have a cable in your home, when that is useless.
Yes.
You can actually use that attachment with your phone. Yeah, that's definitely a dumb shit. And I believe this kind of marketing. Yes.
And the problem is that actually Apple just makes you buy this charger separately, and the whole reason is behind it to have a bigger profit and not being environmentally friendly. Because if you get this cable in the box, that means that means they want you to buy the new charger, as the old chargers you have at home are probably not from iPhone 11, because you won't change your phone from iPhone 11 to iPhone 12. Like, that's very dumb. That's very, very dumb to do.
Yeah, so like the message was actually right. So the message was actually what the people wanted to have in their life: environmental protection from the biggest, actually like the biggest innovational firm, Apple. But in reality, it's just another marketing that pushes people into buy any kind of new stuff from Apple.
Yeah.
Because they need to, because their latest, like for example in 2017, their chargers were like, I bought my latest charger like back in 2018. It was an original Apple. It was originally from Apple. I bought that from the site, and actually that charger lived for like 6 months.
Whoa.
So quantity over quality. This is the reality, and actually the reality is quantity over quality, and not like environmental friendly Apple over quantity. So,
But I haven't heard about it, that like it can go wrong this fast, because
yes,
personally
definitely.
that's something that you've got to know, that I've never used an iPhone.
And I'm not like a crazy user for example, in rain, or for example in stormy weather conditions. I just use my charger in my room, and the only time I use my charger out of my room, it was like my mother's birthday, and I took my charger with me to for example, restaurant maybe. Yeah, it was a kind of restaurant. I used it there, and I don't know whether the connection was wrong between the wires, or I don't know, but it actually got damaged somehow. I don't know how.
Didn't it burn
And
down, kind of? Like,
I don't know,
that's
maybe,
something
maybe.
that can
Yeah,
happen to
actually,
chargers.
I don't know. I don't know whether it was the it was all about the product that I've used, but or whether it was all whether it was about partly about electricity there, and the kind of stuffs that can actually that this accident could actually depended on. So, but this was my impression about iPhone's latest stuff. And as you know, and I know, as far as I know, that I've mentioned that I have an iPhone 8 Plus. Actually, it works well, but I'm not like a big fan of iPhones. And if I have to consider like buying a new phone, I definitely would broaden my horizon and try to find another type of phone on the market, because iPhone really triggers me, because I won't pay tens of dollars just to get the the headphones, not the wireless, AirPods, but like the OG headphones. And the OG headphones are like $50 to $60 as well, as far as I know, and it's dumb shit. I believe so. It's like robbing your future customers, robbing their money for nothing, because those products that I've mentioned, like the chargers, the headphones, those ones live only for a half a year to a maximum extent. And this really triggers me when we talk about Apple and iPhone. And that's why I actually constantly losing my interest in this company. This is why I'm not that up to date with the new Apple 12, because this.
Yeah, because I think the problem you're writing down, if you are not already in the ecosystem of Apple, like if you haven't got an AirPods, if you haven't got a MacBook and stuff, you actually have to pay way more to be in the ecosystem, because yeah, technically if you buy an iPhone, it kind of has the similar price as an Android phone. Yeah, that's true. However, the amount you pay for the accessories is way more in case of an iPhone, uh, because you do not have the huge variety to choose from, as in case of Android phones. Like if you have a Samsung phone, you don't have to buy the Samsung bots for it. Or if you have a Huawei phone, you don't have to buy the Huawei smartwatch for it, because it will work with all of the others. Like in case of iPhones, you spend more because you are the ecosystem, and in case of Android phones, you have bigger variety, so you not necessarily spend more because you wanna be in the ecosystem. That you know what I mean? Um.
I definitely know what you mean. And I want to add one thing again, that I believe that um, I've said that they try to put like in the center quantity, but as a matter of fact, the latest phone, for example, Apple phone, all the phones, like those, the phones are actually quality as hell. We can't argue this fact, I believe. Or I don't know what you think about the latest phones of Apple, but I believe that the quality of their phones are quite good.
Yeah, there is. I think in case of the phones, there is no problem with the quality.
Yeah, the problem comes down to like the accessories and the attachments that you can actually buy besides your phone, and this is where my problem with Apple starts, because I won't even consider myself buying like a 150 or a 1200 200 uh, AirPods Pro or Mac. I don't know what's the name. What's even the name of that? But I really wanted to, for example, I really wanted to buy an Apple Watch, and the only Apple Watch series that I actually can afford,
Yeah.
the Series 3, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
like, that's 3 generation older. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
uh,
definitely know
yeah,
that because I wouldn't consider myself buying for a smartwatch for thousands of forints, because I just don't know what actually a smartwatch can provide me besides um, following my training sessions and actually scrolling down my messages faster than I don't have to, unlock my phone and things like that. But yeah, this is my opinion, but I don't know what about you. I think we should like try to go back to
the
iPhone
iPhone 12.
12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, so we came from this whole green marketing thing. Uh, so just the problem is that Apple really wants to greenwash this whole situation by saying it's environmental friendly, but it's actually not. It's all about profit, and I think this this is maybe a smart move for the regular people, but it's for those who get a little bit more in it will see that there are problems with this.
Yes.
But so I think we can start talking about the new things that actually happen, because yeah, we said that like the problem is that there are no new inventions, new innovations in the back of Apple, but there are improvements, and I think that's appreciated. Uh, because as I started at the beginning of the stream, iPhone 12 series, none of them gonna be a bad smartphone. They are good smartphone. It's just not innovational, and I was waiting for something more innovational. So let's start with the look. I will go to the Apple's page to not skip anything that went on. Um, because it is important to talk about the things. So first of all, new design. Uh, Probably a lot of people are happy with the new design because this is the combination of basically the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 4. This more boxier design, not that rounded, and with this new glass, which Apple claims to be the strongest glass in the world. Um, which we will be able to see if it's true. And this very polished slides of the phone. I think with the design, and not including the screen in this design section, I think Apple has one of the best designs, and I really love this kind of new but actually old design. I don't know what you think on it.
I don't know. It's like I have the picture in front of me. It gives you like if you were throughout the whole life of yours, you were like a whole big fan of Apple and iPhones actually as well. It can actually give you like a bit of a deja vu, maybe.
Yeah.
If you were like that into that stuff like Apple and iPhones. But for me, I'm like a regular user. I'm not that big fan of Apple or iPhone. It's actually, yeah, it's looking great. It's great, but I think as far as I can judge it for myself, inside the stuff, that's what really matters. And this is like one of the biggest things when it comes down to buy a new phone for myself. What do we have on the inside, and not just like, oh, this has a great look, but we have to say that this is quite a good design. We have to say that.
Yeah. And second thing, which is the main reason I'm disappointed in the smartphone in the new iPhone screen. So, Apple says this is again a new Super Retina XDR display, and for the first time, all the iPhones got an Super AMOLED display, and so that's it basically. It's maybe a little bit of bigger resolution, and it's a little bit more brighter, and that's all we got. We've got the same notch going on, which is I
Yeah,
think.
this was what I wanted to ask from you. That
I mean,
they actually did something with the notch.
I mean, I think I cannot say if it's smaller or not, but it's I don't think it's smaller. I think it's the same, or even if it's smaller, it's just smaller with a little bit, so it doesn't really matter. So I would say this whole notch thing is just it just sucks. I mean, this is so old design, like 4 years now. This is going on for 4 years, and
Oh
when
Jesus!
like
Oh,
iPhone 4 or 3, wait, iPhone 10, iPhone 10X, yeah, it's fourth generation because iPhone 11 and iPhone 12. So that's the first phone with this design, and honestly, this is very out of the date. When we have the hole punch going on everywhere, or this drop notch. I don't know. I just not a big fan of this design. Obviously, we have the face recognition, which is really good. There were no improvements in that case, but still, in case of the screen, it's a bad thing. But I think there is a worse thing going on, and it's the fact that we've got a 60 hertz display. And in 2020, I don't think, especially in case of a smartphone, which starts from 600 if we $600 if we think of the mini, and goes up until $1,100. We don't got a higher refresh rate screen. That's very bad, I would say. So what we have to know about this is that Apple didn't explain why. It's probably battery issues, or they couldn't make it, or I don't know why, or they just want to wait with it. But we got higher refresh rate displays since 2018, and I think this is the one of the biggest improvements which actually can be seen by people. Because if you use your smartphone, I have a 120 hertz display smartphone, and if you use your smartphone, you can actually feel it's way faster. You can feel it. It's really good to scroll with it, to play with it, and yeah, you can live without it. But my problem is, if you asked that amount for your smartphone, then I don't think it's fair to not give this actually good improvement in it. It's actually a practical improvement in it.
Yes.
I don't know, what's your opinion? Maybe I can understand if people can live without it. My problem is that it's very pricey for not giving that. But I'm interested in your opinion.
I don't know. Like, my opinion is that iPhone, and actually, considering the iPhone 12, this year Apple, I believe they already knew that they actually can provide new things, and they have some failures in the phone. I believe they actually knew that before dropping the latest one, iPhone 12. And I believe Apple tried to do something with their marketing here. So right now, I just actually like minutes ago, I watched their mini clips and mini films and some clips about the I don't know what's the name of the what's the name of the like when they drop the new phone, the right
The
name of
launch
that.
event, the
Yeah, the
events.
lunch event. Yeah. So about that, and about the mini clips as well. And I believe they try to aim the group of the young adults. I mean, like our ages, for example, from 15 to 20 years old, because they spoke a lot about gaming.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh, I've got to be honest. I haven't watched the launch event. I rather like watching the sum ups because the launch events are long.
So, for example,
Uh,
in a mini clip that I have in front of me, they provide new like look-alike new things to, so they are not just like new things, but they try to sell it as a new innovational stuff. They try to aim the young adults. I mean, with these new features, like for example, we have the uh, they say the smartphone chip, the A14 Bionic, and for example, as well, we can say with the Super Retina XDR display, they try to actually uh, sell these features with like visualize to you as young adults playing games on it, and how fun and how actually cool is that you can play your fucking game on the latest Apple with these kind of features. And I think their marketing is in this point. I believe this is what they try to point out, uh, that they just try to sell their phones to, they just can actually provide new features, for example, for older or younger ones.
yeah, I see what I totally see what you mean, and it's
I just don't
probably
know. It's really hard to explain in English because I'm not in a good form today, as you can judge it. But I think you kind of see. So please try to translate
yeah.
into normal English language.
So
Fuck.
uh, what Patrick means is basically that um Apple's marketing actually tries to get us away from the fact that there aren't new innovations in this iPhone, and try to concentrate to win the young adults with saying that you can play games with an amazing experience on these smartphones because of the new chipset, because of this display, and they technically and in reality the new chipset is, yeah, it's new chipset, and yeah, it's a better display. So technically what they say is true because it's a better experience to play on them. But with these they really try to get away, tried to ignore and don't show the fact that, hey, again, this year we only got improvements, small, maybe bigger improvements, but nothing, uh, nothing actually new. And they try to make us concentrate on, yeah, how good is that? As by the way, any kind of marketing tries to do that. But if you see the reality, if you, for example, play on an iPhone 11 and after then play on a iPhone 12, you will see that there there isn't huge difference. Just the marketing tries to concentrate on that because they somehow have to sell the new smartphones.
Yeah,
And
definitely, and it's kind of good marketing as well. And thank
yeah,
you for the explanation. I want to say something that this is crucial that they don't sell the product itself; they sell the audience. This
yeah,
is
yeah,
they have to sell the audience here, the consumers of the uh, phone. So it's a very good marketing of iPhone and for the iPhone and from Apple.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
if you have like some experiences in these kind of areas, you definitely will know that what's happening behind that. And behind that, I believe there's this thing that you've just explained, that they try to actually sell their phone um, uh, to young adults, as you've said.
What we can say, just to put it in one sentence, they try to sell their smartphone with marketing and not with the new innovations.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah, that's a good, that's a compound sentence here. Say it's a good.
Yeah, just to make it into one exact sentence. And one thing to add to that, again, I'm getting back to 120 hertz display or just a higher refresh rate display. This is funny because they say how good is playing on the new iPhone, but they skip this opportunity, which actually makes difference in gaming. For example, if a gamer wants to buy a smartphone nowadays, it's a really important thing to buy a high refresh rate smartphone for it because the gaming experience is the biggest area of the higher refresh rate. Um, and it's kind of ironic that they skip that, but they marketing their smartphone as how good gaming on it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, and yeah, it's these things may seem very pessimistic about Apple, uh, and somewhere I don't know, somewhere I am after this, which again that does not mean that these smartphones are any bad, because also you said that you were considering the iPhone 12 because there
yeah.
are possibilities in these
Yes,
smartphones a
yes.
lot. It just actually I think the fact that we're so pessimistic is that because we see so much opportunity in this company in the iPhones, and it's so sad they don't use them out. Honestly,
Yeah, yes, yes. So Tim Cook, fucking do something, man.
yeah, because this company is one of the biggest opportunities to innovate, and I don't know why they don't do that. Also, just to move on, we've got again, yeah, a new thing, 5G. I don't know. For now, 5G is not really important because it's not really available for a lot of people. Um, I think 5G is just important if you wanna buy a smartphone for long. So that's good. That's good because maybe in 2 years 5G could be used. But for
Yeah,
now, I
yeah, yeah.
don't consider 5G as a big thing.
It it's almost like useless.
Yeah, for now, I think for now it's useless. For example, if one of us would buy an iPhone 12, or actually I have a 5G smartphone, but I never could use the 5G connection.
Of course, you couldn't.
It's it's like it's not really a big thing. We kind of talked about the E14. I think we can kind of skip that. I mean, if you want to say something,
No,
go on.
of course we have a pro version. It's like a we have just a bit again like here we have some other improvements maybe, like we have 3 cameras instead of 2.
Yeah, the improvements. Uh, Actually, camera. That's again something important. So it's gonna be very confusing. We have two iPhones, the mini and the 12, with two cameras, an ultra wide and a wide, so like a normal ones. And we've got the iPhone 12 Pro with three lenses plus a LiDAR scanner, which is an AR scanner, uh, and a telephoto lens as an addition. But the ultra wide and the wide lens are the same as on the iPhone 12 and 12 mini. And we've got the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which got again ultra wide telephoto and LiDAR scanner. But the wide lens on it is different. It has a bigger size, and 1.6 aperture. Yeah, and it has some kind of better processing. So it's very weird because now Apple very much differentiated the Max series from the Pro and from the 12 because it got a different sensor.
So right now we have 4 phones, right?
4 phones, 2 of them has the same cameras. The third one has two.
The Simple Pro. What
The
you're
Simple
talking
Pro,
about, right?
yeah.
Yes.
The Simple Pro has the same 2 cameras plus additional telephoto lens and additional LiDAR scanner. The telephoto is a 2x zoom camera. And we've got the Pro Max, which got an ultra wide, which is the same, a different wide angle lens, with a newer sensor, a bigger sensor, and we've got a 2.5x telephoto lens, which is a little bit of bigger zoom capabilities, and the LiDAR scanner. So basically, this is 3 set of different camera layouts for 4 smartphones.
Yes.
Yeah, this is, I think, very confusing. This year, Apple got very confusing with this.
And what is this? Yeah, I know we are talking about like cameras and the quality of that, but what is this thing that you can like stick things to the back of your phone?
Oh,
The hell is that? Like a magnetic force or something?
yeah, it's a magnet and a smartphone. I was gonna leave that to the ending, but because on the page this is on the ending, it's just a magnet which is good for accessories. This is, by the way, actually this is a first in this smartphone, but this is only for buy more accessories.
For example, you can buy a wallet that can fit your phone.
Yeah, and obviously later on a lot of other accessories will come out. My problem with this, like I can imagine this as a useful. I mean, people are creative and they will maybe make it useful. But my problem is that I think the cases for the smartphones gonna be more expensive because they have to include magnets in the cases.
Yes.
And again, we did something which is just not really useful but profit oriented.
Yes.
And I don't know, I'm
Yes,
not a
it's-
big fan of it. Maybe in the future when accessories actually come out, I will like it more. Maybe I cannot close out that good accessories can make this feature useful. But for now, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know what about you.
You can make TikToks sticking your phone to the frigidaire. Yeah, that's good.
You cannot though. It's not that big, not that strong of a magnet.
I know. So they're like,
You cannot watch TikToks during you cooking if that's your question.
Yeah, actually, my sentence was that whether I can actually stick my phone to the fridge and make TikToks, but
Oh, sorry, mate.
it's not like a thing. So the magnetic force couldn't even actually hold your phone.
Yeah, it just can hold very tiny,
Light
like
stuff, light accessory.
yeah, like a letter case for your bank cards that not really heavy. It's like 10 grams or something like that. But your phone is 200 grams around that.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's I think that's sad though, because at least they could have make it done a strong magnet.
That was my first like idea that you can stick your phone to like on those things that on like your fridge. What the fuck? That would be like a good feature because for example, while I'm cooking, I actually would be able to stick my phone on the fridge, and it would be like comfortable for me, for example. But
Yeah,
this is
but again, that's
this.
something you could it could be convenient on the app. You have a case on it because the cameras are very huge, like the sensors, and
Oh yes, that's a thing that the cameras actually stick out or
yeah,
something
stick
like that.
out. Yeah, and you could only do that if you have a case on it because uh, other way your cameras would like get I don't know how to say, so like block it to actually have the magnets there.
Oh yeah, yes.
That's very weird though. Um, but like you cannot do that, so it's sad.
What was the other things that you wanted to say before this, like magnetic stuff?
Oh yeah, we were talking about camera sensors. Uh, could
Camera
you
sense.
the
What?
cameras basically?
Yeah.
Could you get it like these three different camera setups? Uh,
What?
could you get it? The cameras, like the technologies, because then I would jump on the opinion of mine.
So you mean like you want me to explain the new technologies?
No. I just mean you understood what I said about the new cameras. Like you have that in mind. I don't
Yeah,
have to repeat.
definitely. Yes,
I'm
definitely. You
asking
don't
if
have
I
to
have to
repeat that.
repeat
Yeah,
it.
that was like it was kind of weird that you. Why are you asking me to do this again? What?
Yeah,
So yeah,
I just was I
but
just
now I get
yeah
it. So yeah,
yeah
yes, you can actually move onto your opinion because I actually know
yeah
now
okay.
that.
Only two things additional. We've got we've got Smart HDR 3, which is a better HDR for the smartphone, and we've got Dolby Vision. Uh, I'm not sure if Dolby Vision isn't just for the Pro Max. I don't know if the other
I don't think so. The Pro has it, I
the
believe.
Pro has it. Maybe I'm not sure about it, but maybe you're right.
Yeah, they have it in Pro. Or wait,
Uh, anyway, they don't write it here. That's why I'm not sure. Um, but like we have this Dolby Vision, which is for recording, and it's 60 times more colors. That's what they say. Um, so far we didn't say how this works, if it works. Um,
like the Dolby.
yeah, this Dolby Vision, it's actually they're saying it's a better, more clear video recording. We will see how this goes.
It's pleasing for your eyes, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more close to DSLRs, something like that.
Yeah. And you can edit your videos as
Yeah.
well with this.
Also, you've got Apple Pro Raw, which is, I think, for photos. Yeah, for photos. This is just like raw pictures for better edits. That's again, I think, great, especially for your editors to have this opportunity to create raw files.
Yeah.
So my opinion on the cameras. I've already watched a camera test, and and obviously Apple is doing well. Night mode is again a little bit better. We've got night mode on all the lenses, and that's really great. Um, and what I can say after seeing the test, the actual improvement was in the night mode, that you could do it with ultra wide and telephoto. And honestly, for me, that was it. I couldn't see the real difference between iPhone 12 and iPhone 11, or I mean iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro. Um, because okay, we haven't got the Pro Max yet. You cannot. No one has it yet because it's gonna be released in a month. So maybe because that has the new sensor, that's gonna provide something newer. But so far, if we're talking about the 12 mini, the 12 and the 12 Pro, I cannot really see improvements. Maybe the Max will bring it. As I said, we don't know yet. Um, but my opinion is that even if Apple cameras are generally good, like good in any conditions, uh, it's not outstanding at all for me. And for
I can
now,
agree with you. I can agree with you, actually.
yeah, and for now, if I need a good camera, I rather buy a Samsung and a Huawei, or even a OnePlus smartphone. If the camera is in my focus.
It's a priority.
Yeah, because yeah, if you just need the camera, for example, for shooting party pictures, some on your travels, then obviously iPhone is really great for that. And yes, even for pro users, iPhone is great. Um, but in my opinion, if you really wanna become a smartphone cameraman, like taking pictures, like professional pictures or professional videos, you've better go with some kind of
With phone, yes.
yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. I know that in case of videos, Apple is still really, really great, and one of the best video performances coming from Apple. That do be true. Um, but in this case, I think the competition just on the same level as them.
Yeah, I believe so. It's like yes, the competition between the two is quite balanced.
Yeah, yeah. But in case of pictures, it's Apple kind of fall behind the competition. Not much, but
We can see the difference.
yes, yes.
I don't know. Is
What's
there
your
anything more that we wanted to talk about concerning the latest phones?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, we talked about, I think, everything. I don't know if you want to say anything about the camera.
Actually, have the same opinion that you have, but something I like to add maybe that here I already mentioned marketing, and here I always try to focus on this part of a late phone of the latest phone of any kind of company. But this case, I could saw that they try to improve the night mode maybe. So like you can actually take pictures in night mode with wide angle and with another angle as well, but I don't know the right name for that. So
Ultra wide and telephoto, like zoom.
yeah, these ones. So with these ones you can actually like make pictures in night mode as well. I don't know whether you've mentioned it or not.
I've did I've just mentioned that this is where true improvement can be seen, like
Like with these
huge
two, with
improvement.
these two. Yeah. That's the only thing I wanted to say. So they
Yeah,
actually try to improve something, but it isn't that big of a deal.
yeah. And one thing, which is the last thing that Apple haven't talked about it at all. Battery life is worse than last year. I've saw battery test. I've seen a battery test, and there is huge difference between iPhone 12, 12 Pro, and 11 Pro, uh, and that's sad. Like
Actually, 11 Pro has the longest life.
11 Pro Max has the longest, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
It's 11 Pro Max is amazing, like really out of competition. Again, 11 11 is really good, and in case of the 12s, they are just great. I mean, they are great. You've got around 6.5 hour six and a half hour screen on time, which is really good, and for most of the people it's enough. But seeing that there is an hour difference in screening time between the 12 and the 11 Pro, um, that's sad. I mean, that's sad. Like the 11 Pro does 1 hour better,
Yeah.
and that's just sad because it's downgrading the battery, and I don't know why they did that. Um, yeah, and
Um.
one thing I'd like to ask you before we go on, and then we can really end the stream here. So, what do you think of the Mini? Because that's just something we completely skipped. So, what do you think that we've got a mini iPhone which is really small, like way smaller than any other smartphones out there?
I believe they. This is my personal opinion, so don't take it like too seriously. But my opinion on that is because it wasn't like that much of a long time ago, but I believe the audience and the consumers really like the SE2 or the newest iPhone
Yeah.
SE, and the size of it was actually perfect for everybody.
Yeah, and
If it,
the
it
12 mini has a similar size
size,
as.
yeah, and I believe because of this, because of these experiences that they had, that the audience and the consumers actually really like this kind of size. So why don't we put everything in that size again? So they will buy the latest phone. Wanted to sell again. It was again profit orientated that they try to make up a mini iPhone,
Yeah,
because I I believe that they did really good with the iPhone SE.
yeah,
I
definitely.
I think it was like it was their best. It's my personal opinion again. I believe this was like one of the best phones in 20. I believe it actually dropped in 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
The SE
Yes.
2020. It has the name 2020.
So in 2020. So yeah. So I believe the best phone they dropped in 2020 was this one, the iPhone SE, and I believe they tried to actually just like copy it and
And make it
name
to
it
a
as Mini.
flagship.
Yeah,
And make it to a
yeah.
flagship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am a big fan of this Mini, and I hope we will see more small smartphones from the competition. Because it's just good to have a compact body with flagship experience. So yeah, and I think we can finish here. We've got everything. So as a sum up for me, iPhone 12s are good smartphones, are valuable smartphones, but this year, especially because they're gonna be cheaper, I would definitely go with iPhone 11 series if you wanna buy iPhones, because there is not much of a difference. There is some kind of improvements, but not huge. And so I think the 11 series is more worthy to buy this year.
And actually, we should wait another year, considering buying the now latest phones. So
Yeah,
I
maybe.
believe when in the future Apple 13 or something that will drop, we can actually try to reconsider buying iPhone 12.
Yeah, obviously, if you have needs in one of these improvements they've got, then go with iPhone 12. If you need night mode in every lens, for example, or if you wanna buy the best of the best camera, or you like this magnet stuff going on, yeah, go with iPhone 12. But anyway, if you don't have these needs, then iPhone 11, 11 Pro are perfect too.
Yeah. What actually, there's one thing I want to ask
Of
from
course.
you. Um, was there like a price drop in 11 series because of the launch?
Yeah, I don't know if it's already dropped, but if it hasn't, then there will be a price drop. There'll always be. The
So that's why it will actually be very like comfortable and convenient. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why it's worth to consider, but because they're gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So I hope you enjoy this podcast. One thing to say about our channel, we've got a wrong, so our recording device went wrong, so that's why we do not have videos right now, but whenever it's gonna be repaired, videos will come to, not just podcasts. Also, there is a consideration about a new kind of series which do not require a recording device, but you will see what's that. If you wanna be noticed, then subscribe, and also check to click on the bell icon. And if you like this stream, then also drop us a like. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and as usual, see ya.
See you guys.